For personal service by experienced agents, go with the company that is invested in the community. Elison Realty, bringing over 50 years of experience to the Northwoods. Visit St. Germain and experience the beauty of the Northwoods and all that it has to offer. Lakes, trails, and locally owned businesses unique to our area.
Sweetwater Spirits and Resort offers great food and quality service in a friendly atmosphere. Open 7 days a week with nightly specials. Located on the Eagle River chain of lakes.
Pig out at this year's Pig in the Pines, August 2nd and 3rd. Feast on a variety of foods, from ribs to Mexican and Greek. Listen to live music all day featuring Madison County and the Zach Matthews Band. Details at piginthepines.com. Huge auction, Eagle River, Sunday, August 4th. Includes 50 guns, cars, enclosed trailer, boats, log splitter, vintage bar sign, sporting goods, home contents, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions.
Your weather forecast 24/7 on WJFW.com.
Right now on Newswatch 12 today, a stolen vehicle police chase in Milwaukee ended in a crash that killed a man. We'll have more. Plus,
we have showers and thunderstorms in the forecast today. The latest coming up in first weather.
We can no longer be restricted by the treaty while Russia shamelessly violates it.
And things may soon get rocky between the United States and Russia. The U.S. is expected to end its long-standing missile treaty with Moscow. It's Friday, August 2nd.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 today starts now.
Good morning, and thanks for starting your Friday with us. I'm Marissa Silvis. Well, we started out our August with a beautiful day yesterday, but it looks like we have some changes on the way possibly this weekend. For more on that, let's head right on over to our weather center and a first check of our forecast with Devin Biggs in today for Tyler Moore. And Devin, we're happy to have you, but some possible showers on the way.
Hey, Marissa, good to be back here on the morning show this morning. And the weather is starting off for us nicely here across our neck of the woods. Off to our north, though, a little bit of a different story. Let's take a look live right now in Eagle River. The sun is beginning to come up on this Friday morning, and you're seeing some clouds as well. Our live radar, we're seeing some thunderstorms across parts of Michigan at this hour. They're going to leave us alone for a little while. Later on this evening, we might see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Don't cancel your plans. Just have the umbrella handy. Temperatures at the moment, we are in the low 50s in Tomahawk with 54 degrees, 55 degrees in Merrill, 61 degrees in Rhinelander, and of course some warmer temperatures are on the way. Your hour-by-hour forecast as we start out this beautiful Friday morning will hit 78 degrees by around noon with clouds on the increase. We'll have more coming up on those storm chances coming up in Maine weather. Marissa?
Alrighty, thanks so much, Devin. Well, people can visit Pioneer Park today and all weekend long for some fun, games, and carnival competitions. It's all part of the Oneida County Fair. Newswatch 12's Angela Kim is out live at the fairgrounds this morning on the Tilt-A-Whirl. Angela, how are things looking out there?
Hey Marissa, they're looking great. I'm glad this ride is not actually tilting and whirling because I don't know if I could talk right now if that was happening. But yes, we are out here this morning at the Oneida County Fairgrounds in Pioneer Park. It started yesterday and runs all the way until Sunday. And boy, there is so much to talk about this morning. We have carnival competitions, we have rides like I am on right now. We're going to talk to Tom Barnett, the fair coordinator, as well as someone from a scavenger hunt that you can be a part of here as well as we're going to have a monkey out here. So a lot of fun stuff to look forward to, a lot of information to know about the fair as well. So a lot that you're going to want to stay tuned for. But for now, live in Rhinelander, Angela Kim, Newswatch 12.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, a man will sit in a Missouri jail without bond as police try to identify human remains that were found. Police arrested Garland Joseph Nelson late last month on suspicion of tampering with a truck once driven by two missing brothers from Wisconsin. He has not been charged with Nicholas and Justin Diemels' deaths. The Diemels were on a business trip in Missouri from Bonduelle. They were last seen July 21st. Police have not released the identities of the bodies found, nor have they said how the person or persons were killed. A police chase ended in a crash that killed a man. Milwaukee police spotted a stolen vehicle around 1 a.m. on Thursday. The driver ran through red light and stop signs, finally hitting another vehicle at an intersection. The 19-year-old Milwaukee man who had been driving through the intersection died at the scene. The man police were chasing was also 19 years old. He was taken to a local hospital and is now in police custody. A conservative law firm is asking the Wisconsin Supreme Court to scale back the governor's power to partial veto. The Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty filed a lawsuit Wednesday on behalf of 3 taxpayers. The firm argues Governor Evers impromptly and unlawfully used his powers to create new laws never approved by the legislature. If
successful, the governor has not simply approved or disapproved what has been passed by the legislature, which is what the constitutional language says. But over the years, various governors have taken it upon themselves to transform the law.
A favorable ruling would limit future governors' veto powers as well. Governor Evers wants to toughen state rules to reduce nitrate contamination in ground and surface water as concerns grow about pollution across the state. Evers announced that he is directing the state DNR to establish nitrate performance standards for soil most likely to be contaminated. Environmental group Clean Wisconsin praised the news, saying creating new rules for how nitrates are applied to farm fields is an important step for protecting rural drinking water all across the state. A disabled state representative won't be allowed to phone into meetings, but Republican leaders are willing to try some other things. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos sent Representative Jimmy Anderson a letter on Thursday. Vos says he will make a videographer available for meetings that Anderson can't attend. He would also consider allowing for paper ballot voting so Anderson can vote without being present. Vos says the full assembly would need to vote on allowing attendance by phone. The relationship between the U.S. and Russia may turn a little rocky. A defense official says the Pentagon is taking action that will likely provoke President Vladimir Putin. John Lawrence reports.
The United States taking a stand against Russia. A senior U.S. defense official tells CNN the U.S. is preparing to test a non-nuclear mobile-launched cruise missile. It was developed specifically to challenge Russia in Europe. The move comes as the U.S. is expected to exit the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty with Moscow. The Arms Control Pact, then Presidents Reagan and Gorbachev signed, placed a limit on building missiles with a range of 500 to 5,500 kilometers.
We can no longer be restricted by the treaty while Russia shamelessly violates it.
It's one of the few topics where the Trump and Obama administrations see eye to eye.
Russia has cheated or is cheating on treaties. I give the Obama administration high marks for calling them out and trying to work this.
The U.S. has repeatedly claimed Russia violated the deal, and the defense official says that country has deployed multiple battalions on launch vehicles U.S. intelligence could have trouble tracking.
The threat is not American withdrawal from the INF Treaty. The threat is the Russian missiles already deployed.
If tensions rise enough to start a war, U.S. officials say Russian targets would include European ports and cities. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Coming up next in our international news, people took the time to honor the Australian man who was murdered in Canada with his girlfriend. We'll have those details. Plus, more than 15,000 square miles of remote forest are burning from wildfires in Russia, and environmentalists are calling the fires an ecological catastrophe. We'll have those stories and more news from around the world when we come back.
Huge auction, Eagle River, Sunday, August 4th. Includes 50 guns, cars, enclosed trailer, boats, log splitter, vintage bar sign, sporting goods, home contents, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions.
At Lakeland Monuments in St. Germain, you can custom design a beautiful work of art that will ensure you or your loved one is remembered forever. Quality memorials from people who care.
We all want a full life.
One that's rich in possibilities.
That lets me keep doing the things I love.
And make the most of my abilities.
My local Aging and Disability Resource Center helps me get there.
They offer free, unbiased information and support, so older adults
and people with disabilities can stay independent.
And no caregiver has to go it alone.
Find support for your full life at findmyadrc.org.
It's time appliances had a personality. Yours. Introducing Cafe, the customizable appliance. Cafe, distinct by design.
Earn up to $1,600 on select cafe suites when you customize your appliances according to your style. Visit Greg's Grits Appliance today.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basement-y in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Huge auction in Rhinelander, Sunday, August 11th. Ford backhoe, Chevy truck, Cadillac car, log splitter, Ford tractor, tools, sporting goods, home contents, and much more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions.
And welcome back. We have some clouds hanging around this morning, but nonetheless, we're starting to see some of that daylight make its way into the region this morning. Very nice and quiet start to our Friday here across the region. We have made it to the end of the week, and many of us across the region are nice and quiet this morning. Nothing to really talk about at all. However, for those in Michigan, though, maybe a little busy overall. Lake Superior is seeing some showers and storms, and just some parts of the northern of other parts of Michigan are seeing some showers and storms this morning. Those will stay away from us, but we will have to pay attention to the warm front that's just off to our north that's sparking these showers and thunderstorms, as that will influence our weather coming up later on today. A little bit more of a wider look at that weather radar right now. We're seeing that warm front that is just off to our north that is sparking all those showers and thunderstorms, and that will affect our weather a little bit later on. High pressure that really gave us some very nice weather over the past few days. Unfortunately, it's going to be moving on out of here. So our weather is going to be getting a little busy coming up. Not very busy, but it's a little bit more busier than what we've been seeing over the past few days. Temperatures, though, 55 degrees in Merrill, 59 in Mosinee, 61 degrees in Rhinelander this morning. So a milder start to the day compared to the past few mornings here across the region. And again, those lows we saw this morning, again, upper 50s, low 60s was kind of the overall general theme, even some lower 50s. So kind of a wide divide in temperatures, but compared to the last few mornings, this is definitely warmer. Another thing that's definitely up this morning is the dew points. We were in the upper 50s, even some low 60s, so we're starting to get into some of that muggy air, and that's going to help to keep our temperatures a little on the warm side as well. Our forecast for today, don't get afraid by the showers and thunderstorm chances. Those will be scattered, and overall not everyone will see storm chances, and many of us will be in the low 80s, both for our northern counties and our southern counties, maybe mid 80s for Adams County, but all in all chances are storms, especially for our northern counties. Temperatures over the next few days, we're going to be at around 86 degrees by Sunday, so a little bit warm up and then a little bit of a cool down as well as we drop to around 77 degrees. Now, Climate Prediction Center outlook coming up over the next 14 days, showing most of Wisconsin with a decent chance of being below average over the next few days. I'm sure many of us won't complain about cooler temperatures, but yes, 70s will be kind of the general trend coming up next week. Futurecast, quiet start to the day here across the region, just some clouds, and we'll see a mixture of clouds and sun throughout the day. Today, much of today will be pretty nice. Here's that warm front. It's going to be edging a little bit to the south a little bit. It's going to be sparking up some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Don't cancel your plans. Just have the umbrella handy. Just keep an eye on the radar, because once the sun goes down, everything gets on out of here. It's going to be a pretty nice day or a nice evening overall for a Friday night into Saturday. Then we kind of repeat things again on Saturday, only a little bit more widespread chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, have the umbrella handy. Your forecast for today, 83 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Then tonight, though, 61 degrees, partly cloudy, some dense fog will be possible late. Then your Northwoods Furniture 7-day forecast, storm chances on Friday, Saturday, slight chance on Sunday, and then another chance on Monday. But then things finally calm down by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Marissa?
Alrighty, thanks so much, Devin. Well, topping our look at international news this morning, mourners gathered at a church in Sydney, Australia yesterday to bid farewell to Lucas Fowler, who was murdered along with his girlfriend in northern British Columbia, Canada. Lucas Fowler from Sydney and his girlfriend China Deese from Charlotte, North Carolina were wrapping up a 2-week-long road trip through Canada when their bodies were found on Highway 97, 12 miles south of Liard Hot Springs, a popular tourist destination. The manhunt for Cam McLeod and Briar Schmigelski has been going on for more than a week, and it's covered 1,800 miles from crime scenes in British Columbia to northern Saskatchewan to Manitoba, through terrain which has been repeatedly described as hindering in that search. North Korea fired 2 more short-range ballistic missiles into the sea off of its coast. That's according to U.S. officials. South Korea says it's monitoring the situation, looking out for additional missile tests. It's North Korea's second missile launch of the week. South Korea says this latest launch took place near Yonghun early on Friday morning, Korea time. Initial U.S. assessments suggest the new test involved 2 short-range ballistic missiles similar to those fired on Wednesday and posed no threat to the U.S. or its allies in the region. The early assessment was that this is another show of force ahead of joint U.S.-South Korean exercises that are scheduled for this month. Wildfires in Russia have scorched more than 15,000 square miles of remote forest, an area almost the size of Belgium. Russian media reports that heavy smoke from the fires is spreading across Siberia and beyond. Low visibility and air pollution were reported in several regions. Environmentalists have dubbed the fires an ecological catastrophe. A petition circulated online by an ecologist has garnered 866,000 signatures as of Thursday, demanding authorities to take tougher action. On Wednesday, President Vladimir Putin ordered the army to help firefighters battle those wildfires. Well, it's now 5:15, and still to come this morning in our medical news, scientists have discovered something that could help identify people at risk for Alzheimer's disease before any symptoms arise. We'll explain. Plus, researchers are trying to find the secret to living a longer life. We'll show you what they're discovering and have more health news in just 2 minutes.
Accidents happen, and when they do, demand the best. At Shimkus Auto Body, we believe in quality work. Our certified technicians have years of experience and care about your car. At Shimkus Auto Body, you know you'll be dealing with a company that's been in business for over 30 years. We're so proud of our work that we've put our family name right on the door. Shimkus, a name you can trust.
At Lakeside Living Design, we've always got something stylish in store for you. Whether you're looking for high-quality custom upholstery, decorative accessories and gifts, or are designing your space entirely from scratch, you'll have a friendly designer by your side, sharing their expertise, helping you bring your unique style to life. So stop by, explore our showroom, and together we'll make your space feel just like home.
Proudly serving northern Wisconsin for over 25 years with quality products from Holiday Kitchens with locations in Rhinelander and Eagle River, building relationships one cabinet at a time.
Find a huge variety of quality gifts including apparel, unique artwork, candles, outdoor decor, essential oils, jams, jellies, pastas, and so much more at the Fountain Blue.
JD Archery and Paintball Supply is a full-service archery pro shop and archery range. We offer lessons and archery leagues. Located west on Highway 70 between Eagle River and St. Germain.
Whether you're working in the shop or kicking back on the dock, Fleet Farm has what you need. This week, save on things like Wrangler jeans. Buy 2 pairs of men's Wrangler denim jeans and get 1 free. A Milwaukee M18 combo kit, $50 off our low fleet price. And Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, 5 quarts, $12.99 after rebate. Plus, get 4 cents off each gallon of gas at your local Fleet Farm Gas Mart after any in-store purchase. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Pig out at this year's Pig in the Pines, August 2nd and 3rd. Feast on a variety of foods, from ribs to Mexican and Greek. Listen to live music all day featuring Madison County and the Zach Matthews Band. Details at piginthepines.com.
Did she come on to her contractor?
She wanted to show me how a real woman treats a man.
And the case of the mysterious car.
For all I know, you stole the car.
Coming soon on the People's Court.
We're watching some showers and thunderstorms just across parts of Michigan this morning. Those should leave us alone, but we'll have to watch later on this afternoon for some showers and storms in our neck of the woods. Marissa?
Thanks so much, Devin. On topping our health news this morning, a blood test could identify people at risk for Alzheimer's disease before any symptoms arise. The test was developed by scientists at the University of Washington in St. Louis. It measures levels of the Alzheimer-related proteins in the blood to help predict whether they have accumulated in the brain. Preliminary studies show the test was 94% accurate when combined with other factors like age and genetics. However, more research is needed before the blood test will be available at doctors' offices. A new study finds regular lifestyle counseling can improve the health of patients with diabetes. Researchers at Boston's Brigham and Women's Hospital tracked more than 19,000 people with uncontrolled blood glucose levels. Patients who received exercise, diet, and weight loss counseling at least once a month had a lower risk of heart attack, stroke, or death than those who went less frequently. And government data from 2016 and 2017 shows overall drug overdose death rates were highest in urban areas of the country. That's a switch from 2015, when drug deaths were higher in rural areas. Researchers say urban counties had more deaths involving heroin, synthetic opioids, and cocaine, but rural counties had higher percentages of deaths from natural opioids and stimulants. Well, it's a true accomplishment when someone lives to be 100 years old. It makes you wonder what they ate, how much they slept, or if it's just good luck. Researchers at the University of New Mexico thought the same questions, so they've been working hard to figure it out. Casey Torres explains how one day humans could live longer.
It's not obvious to the naked eye, but look under a microscope and you'll see what these UNM researchers are keeping a close eye on. That's yeast and roundworms. Researchers hope they will reveal the secret to living longer.
We really want to understand the basic biology of aging, and we start by asking about it in simple organisms in the lab. But we care because we want to understand it in humans.
Mark McCormick has been working on this project for 2 years. He says yeast and roundworms live for a few weeks, so it's easy to keep up with their lifespans.
We looked at every single gene in the whole yeast genome, essentially, the ones that they can live without. And we asked what happens to their lifespan. And we tried to put together the patterns of which genes did and didn't affect lifespan, especially which genes might extend lifespan.
McCormick tells us they've been able to double the life of some roundworms by combining a specific gene pathway with a drug.
The things we're studying now will move on to mice in the next few years if everything continues to pan out.
But for us humans,
it's definitely going to happen. The question is, will it affect you or your kids or your grandkids?
Pretty fascinating research there. Well, coming up next this morning in sports, college football season kicks off soon, and the Badgers are getting ready for their season to start. We'll have more from the first day of camp. Plus, the Green Bay Packers will be welcoming some special guests for joint practices next week. We'll tell you who and have Devin's travel forecast after this quick break.
Hit the trails in style this summer with bicycles from Coontail Adventures in downtown Boulder Junction. Located directly on the bike path, you can now rent or purchase mountain, fat tire, electric assist, or comfort bicycles, as well as kayaks, paddleboards, and water carpets. Coontail has been serving the outdoor adventurer since 1991, and we're delighted to provide our customers with a new full-service bike shop offering sales, repairs, and rentals. We're open daily from 9 to 5. Advanced rental reservations are encouraged online at coontail.com.
Get out and play this summer with help from Schroeder's RV and Marine in Rhinelander. Schroeder's has the area's biggest selection of boats and pontoons. And right now, we have hot summer prices plus no payments until 2020 with top brands like Jayco, Keystone, Misty Harbor, Crestliner, Ranger, and many more. Schroeder's has something for every budget and lifestyle. And of course, our award-winning service department services everything we sell. We make fun stuff fun to buy with the best brands and the best service. Stop in to Schroeder's RV and Marine across from Menards, Rhinelander.
At Lakeland Monuments in St. Germain, you can custom design a beautiful work of art that will ensure you or your loved one is remembered forever. Quality memorials from people who care.
At Hicks Fuel and Oil, we provide a complete line of oils, fuels, and lubricants for commercial and residential use. We're ready to keep you moving at Hicks Fuel and Oil.
You're watching NBC 12, your home for dramas, game shows, comedies, and sports. NBC 12, from where you live.
I don't know, our relationship's just kind of boring.
You're not alone. I used to have a limited selection of shows on demand. And let me tell you, it got very boring. I got DirecTV last week, and they have more than 50,000 titles to choose from.
But what about my problems?
Classic narcissist.
What was that?
Nothing.
TV without thousands of titles on demand is just kinda TV. Don't just kinda TV, DirecTV. Sign up for DirecTV and get HBO included for a year. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
The Fleet Farm Sports and Outdoor Show is August 16th and 17th at the Lambeau Field Atrium, featuring industry pros Cy Robertson, Melissa Bachman, Cody Robbins, Tyler Reese, Woody Orn, and more. Plus, get one-time exclusive deals. And don't miss the dock diving pier pucks. The Sports and Outdoor Show, August 16th and 17th. Hurry into Fleet Farm for a free ticket with an exclusive $10 coupon. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Welcome back. Well, NFL training camp can be a grind, so adding some variety can help. The Green Bay Packers will be welcoming the Houston Texans for some joint practices next week. The teams will practice against each other on Monday and Tuesday, and kids are welcome to bring their bikes to Lambeau to offer rides to both the Packers and the Texans players. A lot of them, I'm sure, will be hoping to get former Badger and Texans defensive end J.J. Watt to choose their bike to ride. The two teams will open their preseason schedule against each other on Thursday of next week. And we're also one step closer to the start of college football season. The Badgers football team held its first practice of fall training camp at Camp Randall on Thursday morning. With former QB Alex Hornibrook's transfer to Florida State, 4 players are competing to take his spot. Head coach Paul Christ said last year's backup QB Jack Cohen has a slight edge over the others because he does have meaningful experience at the college level. Wisconsin begins their season at South Florida on August 30th. And in the most recent preseason coaches poll released on Thursday, Wisconsin is tied with Central Florida at number 17. So certainly very excited that football season's on the way, but Devin, it's still very much feeling like summer, which is great.
Yeah, perfect weather across the region today, Marissa. We have some storms just off to our north. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. But right now in Rhinelander this morning, not a bad start to the region here across the region. Our sky cam is showing a very nice start to the day. The sun shines out and about and some mostly cloudy skies mixing in as well. And temperatures are not as bad either this morning. We're in the mid-50s in some areas, low 60s in others. It's a warmer start compared to what we saw the last few days. And your radar satellite composite, not too bad either this morning. We're quiet here at home, but there's those showers and storms across parts of Lake Superior into parts of Michigan. Those will stay away from us. We will have some storm chances coming up later on tonight. Your travel forecast as you head out the door for work today, it's not going to be all that bad. Many of us will be in the low 80s in the western part of the state with some storm chances possible the farther north you go. Panning across the central part of the state, the storm chances will be a little better and chances highest in the low to mid 80s. And if you're traveling down to areas like Chicago, 83 degrees, mostly sunny skies. We'll have more news and weather coming up after the break.
Home Furniture is now open in Wausau. Our great success makes additional openings available now. Start with great pay, medical, 401k, and 4 weeks paid time off first year. We are hiring all positions. Apply in person at the Wausau Center Mall or at homefurniture.com. Get hired at Home Furniture.
Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio has designed beautiful and functional kitchens and baths in the Northwoods. With in-home consultation available, they provide 3D drawings of your spaces to bring your visions to life. Owner and designer Sarah has over 20 years of experience, overseen 500+ projects, and built strong relationships with local contractors providing superior installation. Whether it's a new home or a remodel, Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio in Eagle River looks forward to making your dream kitchen or bath a reality.
WXPR and Nicolay College welcome bluegrass superstars Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver to the Nicolay stage in Rhinelander, Saturday, August 10th at 7:30 p.m. This Grammy Award-winning bluegrass band is not to be missed. Reserved seats are available online at WXPR.org. That's world-class bluegrass with Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver, Saturday, August 10th.
Together, I'll be true while you're gone.
Satisfy your sweet tooth at Sweet Treats and More in Phelps. Now serving food at Just Dogs and Other Stuff, located on the back deck.
Eagle River Tobacco Road on Highway 45, just south of Eagle River, has a walk-in humidor with premium cigars and roll-your-own tobacco supplies, plus a full liquor store and bait shop.
There's still time to get a great deal on Crest Pontoons, powered by Mercury Motors at Boat Sport Marina, Highway 70 East, Eagle River.
It's Home's Wausau Grand Opening. Save up to 10% on sale prices and get grand opening specials like this Eltman sofa, just $299 with 0% financing until 2021 and free shipping. The grand opening sale at Home Furniture, now open in the Wausau Center Mall.
You're watching Newswatch 12 Today with Marissa Silvas, Angela Kim, and Tyler Moore.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. It is Friday, August 2nd. Most people who own hemp farms do it to make big money. That's not the case for one family in Oak Creek. Ben Jordan from our sister station in Milwaukee tells us how the child's health scare forced them to plant the crop in their own backyard.
It's an unusual sight for an Oak Creek backyard, 2,000 plants of high-grade hemp.
These plants came from Colorado.
A major undertaking for first-year growers Dave and Dotsa Glaz.
I thought we might get a break. We just leave them grow. No, we're always out here.
But that's okay for the Glazes, knowing who their crop could help.
They call them breakthrough seizures.
Their son Andrew's epileptic seizures started when he was just a couple years old and continued into his teens. What is the pain for a mother having your son go through seizures?
Well, it's very difficult to see. It's so difficult because you just don't know from one day to the next what's going to happen.
While Andrew tried pharmaceutical drugs, the side effects were too tough to bear.
He just didn't seem to be very happy. He seemed to be more mopey.
The Glazes heard about CBD success stories for other kids with epilepsy, and they decided to let Andrew give it a try. To their surprise,
11 months later, no seizures, no funky brain activity.
It's kind of like I saw my little boy again, just older, and he started to smile.
While they were pleased CBD worked, the Glazes didn't quite trust the products you can find on store shelves.
You go to a gas station, highly unlikely you're getting anything of any quality.
With a little research and mentorship, the Glazes applied for a state license and started their own hemp operation with strains proven to work best for children and young adults suffering from epileptic seizures. Andrew even helps tend the field.
It's kind of weird to think about it, that the medicine that I'm taking is right in my backyard.
Allowing him to do activities most of us take for granted.
One of the main things that the seizures were holding me back from was like driving and stuff, and that's something I really enjoy.
While Andrew will use some of the CBD oil from these hemp plants, there's plenty to share. The Glazes plan to do just that to help other kids in the area who are suffering. Reporting in Oak Creek, Ben Jordan, today's TMJ4.
Certainly hope for continued good health for that young man. Well, outdoors, we are waking up to some mild temperatures this morning, a little change from the last couple days. For more on what to expect today and this weekend, let's head over to our weather center and our Devin Biggs in for Tyler Moore this morning. And Devin, we're happy to have you again, but we may see some showers on the way this weekend.
Hey, Marissa, good to be back here on the morning show this morning. And yeah, we're going to have a nice start to the day, but yeah, some showers and storms are in the forecast later on this afternoon into the evening hours. Don't cancel your plans, though, because they'll just be scattered in nature. Let's hop right to the graphics right now. Right now in Plover this morning, you can see the sun is coming up. We're seeing some of those clouds mixing on in as well, but things are pretty calm out there relatively. We're seeing those showers and storms across parts of Michigan and Lake Superior. Those will stay away from us, but later on this afternoon to the evening, that front will edge a little bit to the south and give us some chances of showers and storms as well. Moving from a northwest to southeasterly direction, so you can see they're not going to give us any problems at all this morning. Dew points, though, you may have noticed it's a little bit more muggy out there. With the higher dew points, temperatures are not falling as much as they have the last few nights. And your hour-by-hour forecast as you head out the door for work today, hit 83 degrees by around 2 p.m. Storm chances arriving later on in the afternoon. We'll break down those storm chances coming up. Marissa?
All right, thanks so much, Devin. Well, Pioneer Park transformed this week from a place to play on a playground to a place full of carnival rides, competitions, and much more. The Oneida County Fair began yesterday and continues through this weekend for people of all ages. Newswatch host Angela Kim is live out at the fairgrounds this morning on the Ferris wheel with fair coordinator Tom Barnett. Good morning to you too. I'm jealous.
Yeah, Marissa, we wish you were here right now. We're wheeling our way around the fair this morning, and of course Tom is here as the fair coordinator to tell us everything that we need to know. So Tom, good morning.
Good morning.
I did not think I would see you on a Ferris wheel of all days.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. So what do people need to know about the fair when they come out this weekend?
Yeah, when you come out this weekend, all you can expect is to have a really good time. A really good time, and there's just so much to see and do. There really is. There's all sorts of vendors from every size. There's people from selling clothes to paranormal investigators. There's all sorts of fair food. The rides are wonderful. They're all running and working and going around the fair. Is going to be a really good time this year.
And to go on the rides, it's just $20 for a wristband, right?
Correct, yeah. $20 for a wristband, and this Saturday we have, for new this year, we have extended wristband hours. So if you get a wristband on Saturday, you can ride for a couple hours longer than you normally would be able to.
How fun. And there's also going to be some fun competitions, too, you know.
Yeah.
Your favorite, I think, is the sexy legs in a kilt contest, right?
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And Marissa and Adriana and Rhonda from CT's Deli, they're going to be our judges. And the wonderful, amazing Jeff Weller is going to be our wonderful MC this year.
Awesome. What kind of other kinds of competitions can people look forward to?
Oh, we always have the watermelon eating contest. We have the ugly lamb contest, container contest, pie baking contest. Yeah, we have all sorts of different contests, and they all come with wonderful prizes.
Awesome. So in general, this is just a great family event for anyone that wants to come out. Do you have any tips for people that are coming out this weekend?
Come out and wear bug spray.
Yes, lots of bug spray. Bring your money, bring your empty stomach for all the food out here. A lot of great stuff to look forward to. Well, Tom, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great turnout. Congrats on all of this coordination done.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, later we're going to talk to someone about a possible scavenger hunt that you can do as well, so stay tuned for that. But for now, live in Rhinelander on a Ferris wheel, Angela Kim, Newswatch 12.
We will certainly look forward to that, Angela, but I have to admit I'm a little dizzy after watching that, but it looks like fun. Alrighty, well, Christmas came about 4 months early for an area family. The Robinsons, they didn't mind one bit after celebrating a surprise near a Christmas tree. The Gradient Gives Back Foundation paid 6 months of the Robinson family's mortgage. The mother got sick and couldn't work, and bills piled up. The Robinson family had no idea that they were the selected family until they arrived at the Busca Wealth Agency. They thought that they were being interviewed about their situation.
Probably a little bit confused because we were, prepped for talking about, her family, what's been going on, get to know, I don't think we were expecting to come into presents and all that.
A church member nominated the Robinsons for the prize. The family says that they are taking time to reflect and eventually get back to work after taking some much-needed family time. Well, one of the back rooms at the Rhinelander Area Food Pantry turned into a full-fledged kitchen yesterday. Pantry staff knew that they could help their clients do much more with the food that they provide, starting a series of cooking classes that mix in fun with the fresh food. Newswatch 12's Lane Kimball has our report.
About the only thing more common than the sound of knives hitting cutting boards at the Rhinelander Area Food Pantry Thursday morning was the sound of laughter. Just the kind of environment Fran Eads likes to cook in.
They like how I chop and stuff, so I try to show.
But Eads wasn't the teacher. Instead, the lifelong cook became the student, hoping to learn some new tricks she doesn't get from her favorite TV chef.
I could never be with Gordon Ramsay. He's too mean.
But here they're nice.
They're right. They're very nice. Very nice.
Food Pantry started hosting a cooking class for the first time ever in May. It invited in the FoodWise program through UW Extension to lead the classroom portion, followed by actual kitchen work.
I've cooked for years and years and years, and it's kind of funny because that's really not my favorite thing to do.
Terry Lindner's FoodWise crew brings recipes from their websites, which are balanced, healthy, and fun, while using food available right inside the pantry itself.
We learned how to cook on a budget and making do with things and improvising recipes.
Thursday's batch of cowboy caviar and seasoned dips called for plenty of veggies from the community garden, along with some twists Fran Eads plans to take home.
You pick up little things that you don't realize you learned.
Twice monthly classes bring people of all different skill sets, including those who never used a kitchen knife before. But in this room, that hardly matters, as long as you come with an open mind and a hunger to learn.
We joke, we laugh, we get to know each other, and then we have another friend in the community. It's been great.
In Rhinelander, Lane Kimball, Newswatch 12.
Now, the classes are free, but you must sign up in advance because class size is limited to 8, and the next class will be August 15th at 10 a.m. So such a wonderful idea there. Well, still to come this morning, we have some news you can use, including a new tool to use when shopping for clothes on Amazon. We'll explain. Plus, moving to a new place can be difficult, and getting your technology set up during that move can be even tougher. We'll have some tips to make it easier. We'll have that plus more consumer news in just a bit.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services.
Huge auction in Rhinelander, Sunday, August 11th. Ford backhoe, Chevy truck, Cadillac car, log splitter, Ford tractor, tools, sporting goods, home contents, and much more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions.
The Open Armoire in Three Lakes, a shopping experience like no other in the Northwoods, featuring an extensive jewelry collection, women's clothing, seasonal items, and local art. Specialty coffee drinks and sweet treats are offered at Deja Brew Coffee and more within the store.
My tooth pain was like the equivalent of a hammer. It's just hitting your mouth, bang and bang and bang, and you can't concentrate. This pain is throbbing. So my mother recommended Oragel. It eliminates the pain. You feel so much relief. If you want something that's instant, get Oragel.
Find a huge variety of quality gifts including apparel, unique artwork, candles, outdoor decor, essential oils, jams, jellies, pastas, and so much more at the Fountain Blue.
Drager Chiropractic in Eagle River is now offering non-invasive high-intensity laser therapy as a solution to your chronic pain.
The pain was always there. I thought it was just something I was going to have to live with.
Things that I used to enjoy, like snowmobiling and long bike rides, I couldn't do it.
Through the heat therapy, I have a whole different lease on life.
It's a non-invasive, very simple treatment with hot laser. And I've gone from not being active to finally enjoying things I haven't been able to do for years.
St. Germain Commercial Real Estate Auction, August 18th. Features 5 service bays, showroom, and Morton Storage Building. Prime Highway 70 frontage. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions.
At McDonald's, we make mornings brighter, from Beloit to Marquette. For instance, say you're going to go up north to the lake. Well then, 2 delicious breakfast burritos and any size McCafe brewed coffee or icy cold soft drink for only $3.50 is the perfect way to wake. We'll make your morning brighter with 2 breakfast burritos and any size McCafe brewed coffee or soft drink for just $3.50.
And welcome back. A nice quiet morning here across parts of the area, including in Rhinelander at the airport. 61 degrees current temperature and no wind to talk about whatsoever. A very calm morning. And look at that dew point, 59 degrees, close to our temperature. Yeah, it's feeling a little muggy out there this morning as well, and that's thanks to that higher dew point that we're seeing across the region. In our neck of the woods at the moment, everything's relatively quiet. Nothing to really talk about in our neck of the woods. We had to zoom in across parts of Lake Superior and parts of Michigan to see any kinds of shower and thunderstorm action. This is part of a warm front that's currently draped across parts of the region there, and those will stay away from us this morning, but we will see more storms coming up later on this afternoon into the evening hours. Moving from a northwest to southeasterly direction, so it's going to mainly stay in Michigan, not going to give us any problems whatsoever this morning. Panning on now to get a wider look at what's going on here across the region. This is part of that warm front across parts of Canada, draping all the way down into parts of the upper Midwest, including Lake Superior, which is why we're seeing all those storms this morning. High pressure gave us some very nice weather over the past few days. Unfortunately, high pressure is going to get out of here. It's going to give us some storm chances later on this afternoon, thanks to that warm front that will be moving on in. This morning, though, 58 degrees in Eagle River, very nice start to the day. 57 in Merrill, and Stevens Point, you're still at 55 degrees to start the day here on this Friday. Morning lows, though, we're in the upper 50s to even some low 50s this morning for some lows. We're kind of all over the place overall. The low temperature is a lot warmer than what we saw yesterday. Dew points, though, upper 50s to low 60s this morning. So again, a little bit more muggy, though, except for Tomahawk. You're still at 52 degrees, and then farther to the west, you can see there's more muggy air off in that neck of the woods. Temperatures for today, though, low 80s will be seen for your forecast with on-odd chances of showers and storms. Adams County, though, might be a warm spot with 85 degrees for the high temperature possible for you. And then, again, the storm chances will be mainly for our northern counties. Temperatures over the next few days, though, not going to be too bad. We'll be at around 86 degrees. By Sunday, it'll be our peak part of the week, and then we start kind of backing things down a little bit as that cold front passes through Monday. Upper 70s will be your overall forecast. And our Climate Prediction Center forecast for precipitation over the next few days, a small chance of us being above average, which won't be too bad. We can definitely use some rain overall, even though we just had some recently. Well, a pretty small chance of us being above average for precipitation. Futurecast going through today, on and off chances of clouds and some sunshine. The storm chances won't arrive until later on this evening. Do not cancel your plans. These are going to be scattered in nature. Some of us will see storms, others will not. And they'll be dissipating as we head towards the evening hours on Friday into Saturday. And again, the rain chances you can see by our accumulation model, one particular model, not much of anything to really be talking about. And again, kind of scattered in nature overall. Mostly cloudy skies, afternoon showers and thunderstorms today. Highs in the low 80s and a very light breeze out of the west at 5 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, some dense fog moving in late. 61 degrees will be your low and no wind to talk about whatsoever. Northwoods Furniture's 7-day forecast. Parts of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and even parts of Monday, we'll see on and off chances of storms. Friday through Sunday will be thanks to that warm front. Monday, a cold front moves through. Temperatures dropping to the upper 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with drier conditions in the forecast. Marissa?
Thanks so much, Devin. Well, Nissan is launching a service campaign to repair nearly 200,000 Altima midsize cars. That tops our look at Consumer News this morning. The campaign involves 2013 Nissan Altimas in 22 states and Washington, D.C., areas where salt is used to clear roads in the winter. At issue, a suspension part that can come loose from the frame due to corrosion. Nissan says the vehicles can still be controlled if the part fails. The automaker has acknowledged that cracks can develop in the parts and can worsen due to corrosive road salt. No crashes or injuries have been reported, but 139 owners have complained about the problem. While the campaign falls short of a recall, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is continuing to investigate Altimas from 2013 through 2018 model years. Owners will be notified in the fall, and the parts were redesigned in 2018 to improve durability. Amazon is taking some new steps in its fashion category. The e-commerce giant is launching Personal Shoppers by Prime Wardrobe. A team of stylists selects items based on a customer survey about their style preference and their budget. Each month, the service will send Prime members a curated clothing box with up to 8 items. Shoppers can preview the selected items before the box is shipped out. And then there's a 7-day try-on period, and customers only pay for what they keep. The service costs $4.99 a month and is launching first with women's fashions. Amazon says to stay tuned for Personal Shoppers for men, which will also be launching soon. Well, it is moving season, and whether it's a new home or the college dorm, you're likely toting some new tech to your new pad. Liz McLaughlin has some tips to make the setup painless.
If moving in is half the battle, the other half might be troubleshooting technology in your new home. With Wi-Fi, experts say router placement is key.
We know that people are hiding their routers in closets, on shelves, maybe even under furniture.
It may look better, but tucking away your router can lead to a spotty network. Google Wi-Fi has a modern design and nodes to boost signal.
You can see all of the devices connected to your network. You can also see the speed of your Wi-Fi to those devices.
Secure that network with a strong password and change the default passwords on any new devices.
Make sure you go in and actively reset it yourself.
In shared spaces like a college dorm, it may be a good idea to physically secure your tech too.
You can actually get a cable lock for the laptop. Acts just like a bike cable lock.
For entertainment, a streaming stick is easy to use and budget friendly. But check streaming accounts if you're using a shared login. You may need to upgrade.
You want to make sure that you don't get into a situation where you're locked out of your accounts.
And if you need help setting up all of those devices, Amazon offers home services with upfront pricing. And if you run into problems, Best Buy has a total tech support program for about $200 a year.
Gives you unlimited support both in the home, online, and through our remote support agents.
Services to make sure your new nest stays connected. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
And some good things to remember: use a surge protector to make sure that your devices aren't damaged, and it doesn't hurt to also get a few extra charging cables just in case something gets lost in the shuffle.
We just can't say, thank you enough. It was something he didn't have to.
A fallen soldier's Purple Heart was lost for years until it was found in a local man's toolbox last week. Coming up at 6, we'll show you how that military medal was reunited with the family who lost it.
It's Home's Wausau grand opening. Save up to 10% on sale prices and get grand opening specials like this Eltman sofa, just $299 with 0% financing until 2021 and free shipping. The grand opening sale at Home Furniture, now open in the Wausau Center Mall.
Hahn Printing is northern Wisconsin's largest printer, locally owned and operated in Eagle River. With an in-house graphic design team and multiple print experts utilizing the most current technology in our industry, we can do it all. The new Versant 3100 digital press by Xerox provides great on-demand and short-run printing. Print on a variety of material up to 4 by 8 feet on the wide format flatbed printer and customize on the digital die cutter. Hahn Printing of Eagle River, the only printer you will ever need.
Pig out at this year's Pig in the Pines, August 2nd and 3rd. Feast on a variety of foods, from ribs to Mexican and Greek. Listen to live music all day featuring Madison County and the Zach Matthews Band. Details at piginthepines.com.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Whether you're working in the shop or kicking back on the dock, Fleet Farm has what you need. This week, save on things like Wrangler jeans. Buy 2 pairs of men's Wrangler denim jeans and get 1 free. A Milwaukee M18 combo kit, $50 off our low fleet price. And Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, 5 quarts, $12.99 after rebate. Plus, get 4 cents off each gallon of gas at your local Fleet Farm Gas Mart after any in-store purchase. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Hi, I'm Katie from Featherstone Cabinetry and Design. When I want the local forecast in Minocqua, I go to WJFW.com and check my hometown weather.
Your hometown weather, available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
During Home's grand opening sale in Wausau, give your outdoor living space a fresh look with premium outdoor rugs from Homeworld Rugs, starting at just $57. Available in a variety of patterns and colors to fit your existing outside living space. Save during Homeworld Rugs grand opening sale, now open in Wausau Center Mall.
Your life matters. That's the mental health message being shared in a western Wisconsin corn maze. Different designs have been used for the maze over the years, but this year the owners decided to focus on suicide prevention. It also includes a national suicide hotline number. Julie and John Govan lost a family member to suicide 6 months ago. It's not only a message that they're hoping to get out to everyone else, it's something to keep them going too.
Everybody is somebody's most important person. If we can make a difference, if we save a life this fall, that's worth it.
The maze also has an area for children that focuses on anti-bullying efforts. The corn maze is west of Eau Claire and will officially open on September 21st. So very important message there. But the corn maze also makes us think of fall, Devin. But luckily this weekend, we're still right in the middle of fair and festival season, and it's going to be pretty nice out there.
Yeah, overall it should be pretty nice out there this week. And we do have a few little, I guess, bumps in the road, so to say. We'll have to get through those coming up in a little while. A live look in our sky cam in Rhinelander this morning. Very nice sunrise. We actually saw the sun peeking through earlier. It has since gone behind the clouds, so we can see it's a nice, beautiful morning here across our neck of the woods. Our dew points, though, are a little higher than what they have been over the past few days, though. Dew points are currently in the upper 50s to even some low 60s at times. So, yeah, you can see those dew points there. So, a little bit in the 60 range. It starts feeling a little bit more on the muggy side. Your radar satellite composite out there this morning. We're nice and quiet. Just a few clouds moving on through. We do have those showers and thunderstorms across parts of Lake Superior into northern Michigan, or southern Michigan, so to say, or depending on where you're at in parts of Michigan. Those will stay away from us, but we will be seeing some storms thanks to that warm front, which is where these storms are firing from later on. Good travel forecast coming up as you head out the door. We'll have some clear skies across the western part of the states, or I should say some clouds. The center part of the state, some on and off chances of storms, especially later on in the afternoon to the evening hours. Things should be relatively calmer if you're traveling to the south, with some on and off chances of storms across the southern part of the state and at northern Illinois. We'll have more news and weather coming up after the break.
Lake Nokomis Cranberries Wine and Gift Shop is now open. Stop in for a free tasting of our cranberry wine and shop our selection of wines, specialty foods, cranberry soaps, and candles. Lake Nokomis Cranberries, located on County D between Lake Tomahawk and Sugar Camp.
Land O'Lakes, Wisconsin is calling your name. Our growing community is ideal for a getaway or even a new place to live. Adventurous types can find thrilling ways to explore the outdoors, while others soak in the serenity of nature. Families can ride bikes through picturesque trails or check out the quaint library, while golfers hit the green. Take a stroll through our charming downtown and dig into decadent supper club fare. Land O'Lakes has everything you need to LOL. Live out loud, that is.
If you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, make Argonne Lumber your first stop. High-quality materials, personalized service, expert staff, and delivery are just some of the things Argonne Lumber is known for. Stop in and smell the lumber at Argonne Lumber, 2 locations in Argonne and Rhinelander.
At McDonald's, we make mornings brighter, from Beloit to Marquette. For instance, say you're going to go up north to the lake. Well then, 2 delicious breakfast burritos and any size McCafe brewed coffee or icy cold soft drink for only $3.50 is the perfect way to wake. We'll make your morning brighter with 2 breakfast burritos and any size McCafe brewed coffee or soft drink for just $3.50.
At Menards, nobody beats our prices and selection, so you always save big money on home improvement. Give your home classic style with Novik siding panels. They have a seamless, dry stack stone appearance. Only $3.99 a square foot. Give your home lasting good looks with Owens Corning shingles. Save big on a great selection. They're all on sale. Supreme 3-tab shingles in 4 colors are only $19.99 a bundle. Now during Menards Red Hot Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
You're watching Newswatch 12 Today with Marissa Silvas, Angela Kim, and Tyler Moore.
And welcome back. A tree dropped down on top of a hair salon in Alabama during a storm yesterday. This is very scary. 5 people were in the hairbender salon when a tree crashed on the building. A little girl, 2 workers, and 2 customers were inside. The roof caved in and water flowed heavily through the opening. The door had to be pried open by the fire department. Thankfully, no one was injured in the salon. Traffic lights were also shut off along with power in the area. That is a very scary situation, especially if you're getting your hair cut.
Yeah, certainly not something that you would expect at all. Goodness.
No.
So yeah, some really powerful storms down there, but we are expecting some storms up here this weekend, but nothing quite as much of a washout, you're saying?
Yeah, no washout really to get too worried about. Just have the umbrella handy, have the car, or I guess a car has some kind of shelter handy just in case. But yeah, don't cancel your plans. It's just kind of scattered in nature. Right now, though, we do take a look outside in parts of the airport this morning. 60 degrees, the sun is rising, and you see there are some clouds across the region. A little muggy out there as well, but nothing too bad. Your radar satellite composite, you do see that we're overall clear. You can see where those storms are. That's where the warm front is. That will affect our weather later on to the evening hours, but will dissipate by sunrise. Here's a quick look at that future cast for you. They're going to be, again, hit or miss. Some of you may see storms, others may not. So yeah, don't cancel your plans. Any storms we do see, we'll move on out of here pretty quickly. Your hour-by-hour forecast, again, pretty nice day. Again, that's a quick chance of storms during the afternoon hours. Highs in the low 80s. And a quick look at that 7-day forecast as you plan your week. Really, as we got to get into next week first for some upper 70s for temperatures. Then not looking too bad as we head towards the latter part of the end of the week, Marissa. So we just got to get to into next week first for things to really kind of calm down.
Sure, yes. It's still some warm temperatures out there, though. Very much feeling like summer this weekend with a few showers to maybe deal with along the way.
Yeah, not too bad summer pattern for this time of the year, right?
Yeah, and like we said, such a busy weekend. So many events going on.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thanks so much, Devin. All right. Well, coming up next on Newswatch 12 today, a man from Wabeno found a Purple Heart in his toolbox and reunited it with the family of that soldier. We'll have more on this touching reunion. Plus, we'll take another live look out at the Oneida County Fair with Angela and what you can expect this weekend. That's coming up in our next half hour. But first, you're waking up with Newswatch 12 today here on NBC.
It's Home's Wausau grand opening. Save up to 10% on sale prices and get grand opening specials like this Eltman sofa just $2.99 with 0% financing until 2021 and free shipping. The grand opening sale at Home Furniture, now open in the Wausau Center Mall.
Huge auction, Eagle River, Sunday, August 4th. Includes 50 guns, cars, enclosed trailer, boats, log splitter, vintage bar sign, sporting goods, home contents, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions.
I'm 52, but in my mind, I'm still 25.
That's why I take OsteoBiflex, to keep me moving the way I was made to. It nourishes and strengthens my joints for the long term. OsteoBiflex. Find our coupon in Sunday's paper.
Want a relaxing pedicure?
Relaxing pedicure? My feet get so dry and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keeffe's for healthy feet. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked feet. Thanks to O'Keeffe's, I got my feet back.
WXPR and Nicolay College welcome bluegrass superstars Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver to the Nicolay stage in Rhinelander, Saturday, August 10th at 7:30 p.m. This Grammy Award-winning bluegrass band is not to be missed. Reserved seats are available online at WXPR.org. That's world-class bluegrass with Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver, Saturday, August 10th.
Together, I'll be true while you're gone.
There's still time to get a great deal on Crest pontoons powered by Mercury Motors at Boat Sport Marina, Highway 70 East, Eagle River.
Huge auction in Rhinelander, Sunday, August 11th. Ford backhoe, Chevy truck, Cadillac car, log splitter, Ford tractor, tools, sporting goods, home contents, and much more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions. Eagle River Roasters, your Northwoods coffee roaster and community coffee house, has the freshest specialty coffee and tea in the Northwoods. Our coffee comes from choice Arabica beans, hand blended and roasted on premise for the finest specialty drinks. Fresh bakery, breakfast, and lunch served daily, our comfortable coffee house is the perfect place for meeting friends or groups. The drive-thru is also open daily. Treat yourself with a great cup of coffee or take some beans to brew at home, fresh from Eagle River Roasters, your Northwoods coffee roaster and community coffee house.
Patio closeouts are at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get year-end savings on patio sets, wicker, fire tables, and more. This 5-piece dining set is now just $9.97, plus get free shipping. Special financing also available. Year-end patio closeout savings at Home Seasonal Concepts, now open in Wausau Center Mall.
Hi, I'm Jenna with Miracle Ear of Park Falls and Medford. If you are struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, come and see me for your free hearing test.
Right now on Newswatch 12 today, a local military hero's legacy lives on after a Wabeno man found his Purple Heart in an unlikely place. We'll explain how the medal was returned to family members. Plus,
a very nice start to the day here across the region, but some showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast. I'll have the latest coming up.
And the Oneida County Fair kicked off in Rhinelander on Thursday. Find out how you can learn more about the history of the area while enjoying everything else the fair has to offer. We'll have a live interview. It's Friday, August 2nd.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 Today starts now.
Good morning and thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Marissa Silvis. We brought you the story of a Wabeno man who found a Purple Heart in his toolbox last Friday. Well, in less than a week, the family member of a soldier awarded that medal now has that Purple Heart back. After speaking with Newswatch 12, Ron Marvin, the man who found the Purple Heart, shared his story with a family friend. That friend found Carl's nephew, Greg Barra, on the Korean War Project website. Greg's cousin Tim learned about the Purple Heart from family and friends who saw this report by Newswatch 12's Stephen Goen last week.
We just can't say, thank you enough. It was something he didn't have to.
As part of a military tradition, each family member who met at Carl's grave in Anago yesterday laid a penny on his grave next to Sister Verna. Marvin had these words for anyone who may find a military medal in the future.
If you do find them, try as hard as you can to get it back, and you'll be grateful that you did.
No one could figure out how the Purple Heart ended up in a stranger's toolbox in the first place. The Barra family says more of Carl's medals may have been lost throughout the years, but they are so happy to have this one back. Just an incredible story there. Well, this morning we are waking up to some pretty mild temperatures and we're in for a fairly nice weekend. For more on that, let's head right on over to our weather center and our Devin Biggs in for Tyler Moore this morning. And Devin, another warm weekend, but possibly some showers to deal with here and there.
Yeah, a few showers and storms will be possible that we'll have to deal with later on. But this morning, though, we're waking up to a very nice sunrise. You can see that right behind me. Let's take that sky cam full. Very nice sunrise this morning. Kind of mixing in with the clouds. It'll have a mixture of sun and clouds be the overall theme for our weather today. Later on this evening, we'll see some of those storms moving on in. There's a few storms across parts of Lake Superior and Michigan this morning. Those will stay away from us as they're moving from northwest to southeast. This is part of a warm front that will get in our neck of the woods and give us some storm chances coming up later on. Do not cancel your plans, excuse me. Again, they'll be scattered in nature. Again, temperature is 53 degrees in Tomahawk, 60 in Rhinelander, Arborvitae. You're at 62 degrees. And your hour-by-hour forecast, 83 degrees will be your high temperature at around 2 p.m. On and off chances for storms that will dissipate coming up later on this evening. Again, we'll break down those storm chances coming up in full weather. Marissa?
Alrighty, thanks so much, Devin. Well, a Lutheran pastor in Merrill will help firefighters deal with the huge stresses and challenges of the job. The Merrill Fire Department chose Pastor David Zito as its first chaplain in the department's history. Zito leads St. John Lutheran Church in Merrill. He's been in the ministry for 13 years. Zito will offer mental, psychological, and spiritual support to the firefighters and paramedics. Fire Chief Josh Klug said it's always been his job to send his firefighters home to their families in one piece. Zito will also help community members who are dealing with emergency situations. We know a lot about tourism here in northern Wisconsin, and now the executive director of the Minocqua Area Chamber of Commerce will be sharing that wisdom with the state. Crystal Westfall has been appointed to the Wisconsin Council on Tourism. She's one of 4 appointees announced Thursday by the governor's office. Tourism is a $21 billion industry in Wisconsin, with nearly 200,000 people relying on tourism to make a living. Taking you across the country this half hour, disgraced R&B singer R. Kelly will face a judge today on racketeering-related charges in New York. The singer flew in yesterday on a Department of Justice jet from Chicago. He's being held there on separate charges. Homeland Security investigators say R. Kelly used his bodyguards and others to recruit young girls for sex. Once R. Kelly is arraigned, he will return to the Midwest, where he will await trial. Various experts predict an increase in payrolls for the month of July, but not as large of a jump as we saw in June. Economists think that numbers will range between 165 and 170,000 more jobs. Besides the job gains and unemployment rate, investors will also be eyeing the average hourly wages for signs of inflation. In June, the jobs report showed non-farm payrolls increased by 224,000, and the unemployment rate was at 3.7%. Well, it's now 6:06, and still to come this morning on Newswatch 12 today, you can find all sorts of fun things to do this weekend at the United County Fair. Angela is out live at the fairgrounds to tell us about some of the activities that you can be a part of. Plus, Devin will have his full forecast when we return.
You can find a good deal, maybe even a great deal, but the ultimate deal only comes once a year. All this week at Furniture and Appliance Mart, we're combining our ultimate discounts with ultimate financing to bring you the ultimate deal. It starts with savings up to 57% off furniture and mattresses, and up to 50% off appliances, including doorbusters store-wide, like this 5-piece complete bed set for $5.99, or this 8-inch queen mattress for just $2.99. Plus, get a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices at checkout, and pay no interest charges for 4 years through Tuesday at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. Over the past 89 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. When you do something for so long, you tend to get pretty good at it. And we will continue that fight for justice every day in towns throughout Wisconsin. Habish, Habish, and Rotier.
Journey to a place where winning, excitement, and entertainment unite. A destination where extraordinary events unfold. Unique experiences are born and iconic moments are made. A place where the stars align. North Star Mohican Casino Resort in Buller, Wisconsin.
People Lures in Boulder Junction carries an extensive collection of sterling silver jewelry and the Northwood's largest selection of handcrafted jewelry in 14-karat gold. People Lures features the work of over 200 artisans and specializes in colored gemstones and inlaid jewelry with rings, pendants, bracelets, and earrings. Find unique and classic pieces to complement your style. People Lures also buys gold and silver. Open 7 days a week year-round. Or shop online anytime at peoplelures.com. People Lures, located in beautiful downtown Boulder Junction.
And welcome back. A beautiful sunrise across the Northwoods this morning. This is on the roof. This is from our Skycam here on the roof of the station. A very nice day here to start the day here on this Friday morning. Beautiful sunrise mixing in with the clouds. We're quiet across our neck of the woods this morning. Really nothing to talk about whatsoever in our neck of the woods. So we zoom in across parts of Lake Superior in Michigan. We're seeing some showers and storms this morning. Those will stay away from us, but we will have some storm chances coming up later on this afternoon into the evening hours for us. These storms this morning are moving northwest to southeast. They should leave us alone overall, no problem. We do have a warm front that's stretched across parts of Canada and in parts of the northern U.S. this morning as it moves on in, and that will give us a little bit of a chances of some showers and storms coming up later on. We had this nice area of high pressure that gave us some very nice weather over the past few days. That high pressure system is moving on off towards the east, so giving us the chances of some storms later on this evening, thanks to that warm front moving on in. Temperatures this morning, 60 degrees in Rhinelander and some upper 50s, even some mid 50s the farther south you go, but a much warmer morning compared to what we saw the last couple of days. In your morning lows, not too bad. We're in the low 50s for many of us, even some upper 50s. Temperatures are kind of all over the place this morning between the 50s and 60s. Again, warmer than what we saw the last few days. Dew points are higher this morning, and that's why we're seeing warmer temperatures and some muggy conditions up in the air as well. Upper 50s to low 60s. Giving us some warmer temperatures. Low 80s will be our high temperatures today with on and off chances of storms area-wide. Adams County, you'll be at around 85 degrees will be your best warmest chances for weather today. And again, the storm chances kind of stop at around Wausau. Again, those storm chances will taper off once the sun goes down later on this evening. Temperatures a little bit of a roller coaster, 86 degrees on Sunday, backing on down into the upper 70s later on towards next week. Then our temperature outlook over the next 14 days, we have a chance of being below average for our temperatures area-wide, and again we see that with the 70s in the forecast next week. Your futurecast, really nice start of the day here across the region. A lot of those clouds moving through throughout the rest of the day, and here's that warm front giving us some chances of some storms that are very scattered in nature. Do not cancel your plans. It's a quick downpour will be possible, and that'll be it. Not everyone will see storms. They will be widely scattered in nature. We go through the rest of the day, Friday night into Saturday, where we do it all again. A little bit more scattered in nature with storms tomorrow. Again, have the umbrella handy. They'll be scattered in nature and should taper on down once the sun goes down later on tonight. Your forecast for tomorrow, though, but first your rain chances for tonight. Again, check it out. They're scattered in nature, so accumulation will be between 0 to maybe a little bit at best. Now your forecast for today, I should say, mostly cloudy skies, some afternoon showers and storms. Highs in the low 80s. And tonight, though, partly cloudy skies, dense fog late, and then 61 degrees will be your low with no wind whatsoever. Then your Northwoods Furniture 7-day forecast Friday all the way through Monday. Some on and off chances of storms. Some days are better than others. We warm up to 86 on Sunday with a small chance of storms. We'll check out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Drier conditions, highs in the upper 70s. Marissa?
Alrighty, looking pretty good. Thanks so much, Devin. Well, this weekend you can explore many different things at the Oneida County Fair, including the area's history. And the Pioneer Park Historical Complex is giving you the chance to do just that. Newswatch 12's Angela Kim is live out at Pioneer Park this morning, and she is joined by Carrie Bladorn from the museum to tell us a lot more. Good morning to you two.
Good morning, Marissa. I think we're starting to get a little dizzy from all these spinning rides that are going on, but we're having fun on this merry-go-round this morning. And here with me, it's not just a lumberjack as it may look like, but we're also here with Carrie, the director of the Pioneer Park Historical Complex. So good morning, Carrie.
Good morning. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So you guys have some cool stuff going on with the fair this weekend. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, the museum, more or less a permanent built-in attraction here at the fair, and as a museum complex, we're very happy to have the fair here at Pioneer Park. Today on Friday, we have a wonderful scavenger hunt going on, so you come into the museum, you get a scavenger hunt packet, you complete the packet, get the docents in the buildings to sign off on it, and you get a nice prize at the end of the completion of the packet, and you also get put in for a drawing for a cute hodag.
Oh, how fun! Yeah, a lot of chances to learn about the history of this area in general, and also Saturday you have some other stuff too, right?
Yes, Saturday is our Pioneer Lumberjack Reenactment Day, so we'll have lumberjack games, axe throwing, louse racing, buck sawing, and also the Oneida County Fair was the original place where Mr. Eugene Simeon Shepard first introduced his great pine beast known as the hodag. So we have some of the oldest hodag specimens here in the community. I tell, in my humble opinion, a great version of the legend, which I'll be telling on the hour tomorrow, and we're really excited to have all these people in the park.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Best of luck to you guys in all these events. A great chance to learn about the history in the area, so be sure to check that out. And you're going to want to stay tuned because later we're going to have a live animal as well as a part of the fairgrounds. So stay tuned for that. But for now, live in Rhinelander, Angela Kim, Newswatch 12.
Sounds like so much fun, Angela, and I love the historical complex. It really is such an amazing place to explore, but I can't wait to see you with that live animal. Thank you. Alrighty, well, coming up next on What's Trending, 2 bunnies, they got to experience the happiest day of their lives. We'll explain. Plus, this is a sight to see. Hundreds of Asian carp burst out of the water all at once, and it was a result of a test. We'll have those stories and much more coming up next on What's Trending.
Bob's Factory Outlet in Ashland and Park Falls will be sponsoring Rockabilly Hall of Famer Robbie V on Friday, August 2nd at approximately 7 p.m. next to the Burger Barn in Ashland. Bring your own chairs. Sunday, August 4th at 2:30 p.m. during the 67th Annual Flamborama in Park Falls. Shop Bob's Factory Outlet at 401 West Main Street in Ashland and 150 2nd Avenue North in Park Falls.
Tonight,
this is the scariest case I've ever been involved in.
a killing spree in Arizona.
This was personal.
A case close to home.
I couldn't walk away.
Dateline tonight, 10/9 Central.
Guess hell froze over. Do we want to settle or do we want to win?
She's up into 2 years worth of work.
Your ex is the chief of detectives. Did you break his heart? You broke his heart.
Love City Law, Mondays this fall on NBC.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with 4-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
The difference between a dream and a goal is a plan. Building a sound financial plan can help you achieve your goals in life and prepare you for life's little surprises. It can take the worry out of how you'll spend your golden years. So are you ready to plan for your future? Let Lakeside Financial help you achieve your financial plans, hopes, and dreams. We specialize in retirement planning, wealth management, and insurance. Lakeside Financial Consultants is your retirement planning resource of the North Woods. Call now to start your path to a secure tomorrow.
Motorcycle accidents cause devastating injuries.
The driver wasn't looking.
The bike's wrecked. I'm out of work.
The insurance company didn't seem to care.
Here in Wisconsin, there's one firm I would call Hupy and Abraham, the firm that has represented over 4,000 riders.
They got my bike fixed.
Plus, they got me a whole lot more than the insurance company offered.
Local lawyers who respect riders because they are riders.
Put a powerful law firm on your side. Call Hupy and Abraham, 800-800-5678, right now.
It's about 6:15 and time now for What's Trending. Well, what happens when hustle and athleticism meet the new safety netting installed in many Major League Baseball ballparks? Well, you're about to find out. Take a look. The White Sox were hosting the Mets and a ball was sliced down the right field line. Mets right fielder Jeff McNeil chasing it down, and he snags it in foul territory, and whoa, look at that. He bounces off the protective netting and back onto the field. the White Sox just recently extended that netting all the way to both foul poles to protect the fans from baseballs and evidently some flying players as well. McNeil used that to his advantage, throwing himself into the webbing, kind of like Spider-Man. What a play by McNeil, and that's the first time that we've seen that protective netting used in that way.
That is definitely very interesting. Something you definitely don't see every day, but it looks like it kind of worked out for everyone. Protects you from flying baseballs and also protects you, I guess, from flying players
right?
too.
I know.
Because you usually see them flipping over into the stands and you're hoping that they're okay, and usually they are, but
exactly.
It's definitely a very interesting way to use that netting to their advantage. But yeah, definitely good to see that netting being used in a good way.
Yeah, very important. I think a lot of other ballparks are going to be following suit with that. But like you said, you're kind of used to seeing the players just give up their bodies, you know, to try to catch the ball in foul territory, and a lot of them will tumble over the walls. Right. So yeah, I think it's probably a win-win situation.
Yeah, definitely a win-win situation, and I know Asian carp is a little bit of a problem too, right? And we'll get to do some electrofishing. We get to talk about that with this story. We go from a baseball player flying into some flying fish, a stunning scene in Kentucky when a school of fish gets stunned. Watch this. What appears to be hundreds of Asian carp bursting out of the water all at once. The fish aren't dead, just temporarily unconscious. The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources tested electrofishing this week as they explore ways to rid the Cumberland River of Asian carp. The fish they captured were given to commercial harvesters for use in pet food and other products. Experts say Asian carp are detrimental to native species in Kentucky. Yeah, Asian carp is definitely not a very good thing. I don't think we eat Asian carp much at all. I really don't know that, but it's kind of good to get that invasive species out of there, right?
Certainly, yeah. It's just crazy to see the number of fish that came flying out of the water, right? Something you're not used to seeing, and it makes me think of, have you ever been to Seattle? There's the Pike Place Market where they have the flying fish. But
I have not been there, but yeah.
It's incredible. they just throw the fish, though, so you see the fish flying through the air there. But wow, yeah, this is impressive to see, and also, so many of them were taken out of the river, so just a good way to test and then remove what they needed to.
Definitely, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, our last one, we're staying kind of in an animal theme here. The Eau Claire County Humane Society gave 2 bunnies the happiest day of their lives. In order to call attention to the large number of rabbits available for adoption, the staff, they threw the bunnies a wedding. Both Lotus, the bride, and Otis, the groom, they were decked out in wedding finery. Staff members walked the happy couple down the aisle while their bunny bridesmaids looked on. And once both of them got to the altar, Otis, well, he lost his suit, but that hardly spoiled the festive occasion. After the ceremony, the bride and groom settled down to a lovely wedding dinner, and their human attendants promoted spaying and neutering pets, and they hope that all of the bunnies in the Chippewa Valley will find a loving home. What a cute idea.
That is a very cute idea. Something you definitely don't see every day, but yeah, it's always good to definitely adopt some animals, right?
Sure, and of course today we have our Homeward Bound segment coming up near the end of the show, where we'll have the Oneida County Humane Society in. So love hearing all the success stories of different animals being adopted all across the state.
Yeah, well, we'll also have some love for the weather too, right?
Yes.
A pretty decent day on tap for us today. We just got to get some clouds out of the way and get past some storms this evening, but overall shouldn't be too bad. But we do have a nice sunrise this morning. Check out our sky cam. I've been staring at this all morning long. Very beautiful day here across the neck of the Northwoods as we start off this as we start off our day here across the region. Excuse me. Our radar satellite composite going with Lake Superior into Michigan. You see there are some storms possible. For us, everything is all nice and quiet, but overall for us, we are nice and quiet. Then your futurecast. Quiet start of the day. We do have those storms flying on through thanks to that warm front. There will be scattered in nature, not too bad. Have the umbrella handy, but overall everything should be nice and dandy once the sun goes down. Then that hour by hour forecast, not too bad. We'll have highs in the low 80s, so that's small chances of storms. And then a quick look at that 7-day forecast for you. Looking into next week though, we got to get past the storm chances today through Sunday into Monday. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, things dry out, highs in the upper 70s. We'll have more news and weather coming up after the break.
When you're injured in an accident, you deserve all the money you're entitled to.
That's why I called Hupy and Abraham.
They got me $500,000.
Over $1 million. It doesn't cost you more to call the lawyers at Hupy and Abraham. You get more. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
Northwoods Accents, located in Mercer, features a wide variety of high-quality custom log and rustic furniture, all made in the USA. View our best craft living room sets. Handmade products from local craftsmen, Denali blankets to warm your winter. All products have year-round low prices with no sales pressure. The owner is available to assist you with any questions. Stop by Northwoods Accents, 5079 US Highway 51 in Mercer.
Satisfy your sweet tooth at Sweet Treats and More in Phelps. Now serving food at Just Dogs and Other Stuff, located on the back deck.
Eagle River Tobacco Road on Highway 45, just south of Eagle River, has a walk-in humidor with premium cigars and roll-your-own tobacco supplies, plus a full liquor store and bait shop.
There's still time to get a great deal on Crest pontoons, powered by Mercury Motors at Boat Sport Marina, Highway 70 East, Eagle River.
We got exactly what we wanted, and the hearthstone was very important, along with the wall stone.
It all came together really nice. It's more than just a fireplace. It's the feature point of our house now.
Their staff was exceptional in getting us the right stone and making sure that we were satisfied.
Customer service was perfect.
Yeah, outstanding. It isn't just the stone, but it's the customer service that goes along with it, and that was very important to us.
King Quarry, the distinctive stone authority.
When you call Hupy and Abraham, you are instantly connected with the resources, experience, and power that the insurance companies have dealt with before.
A lawyer with the power to get you more.
Get all the money you deserve. Tell them you mean business.
Time now for some news you can use. Well, believe it or not, school is just around the corner, and parents, it's important to get your child used to a new sleeping routine. Experts with the Better Sleep Council say instead of setting a bedtime, you should actually set a time to wake up. You should also find ways to make your child's room more peaceful and start by removing all electronics and clutter. It's also important to develop a routine before bed, which can include a short story or a prayer. And finally, it's important to remember that your child cannot catch up on sleep. So someone who does need to probably catch up on sleep is Devin, who's in this morning for Tyler Moore. And Devin, we're happy to have you, and you're outside on a really nice morning.
Yeah, very nice morning here across the Northwoods this morning. Marissa, it's good to be back here on the morning show, and a beautiful sunrise as well this morning. Not only here on the weather deck, but look at our sky cam this morning. Very nice weather across the Northwoods this morning as the sun rises here on this beautiful Friday morning. Temperatures are not too bad at all this morning, warmer than what we saw the last few mornings here, with upper 50s, even some low 60s across the region, 55 degrees in Stevens Point. Then your radar satellite composite, very quiet across our neck of the woods. Showers and thunderstorms across parts of Lake Superior and parts of Michigan. Those will stay away from us, but we'll see some storms coming up later on tonight. They'll be scattered in nature. The travel forecast for you, the western part of the state's not looking too bad. Some temperatures in the low to mid 80s, some storm chances farther to the north. Central part of the state has some chances of storms thanks to that warm front. Highs in the low 80s, and farther to the south, things won't be too bad with temperatures in the low 80s with some sunshine in the forecast. Here is today's Birthday Club.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Sleep Central in Minocqua.
At Northwoods Furniture, we're celebrating you, all of you who love the Northwoods. Whether you're a loyal customer or a new customer, we invite you to join in the celebration. Right now, save even more off our everyday low pricing, special markdowns store-wide, and enjoy extra discounts on all accessories, rustic lamps, unique wall art, area rugs, and more. It's our way of saying thank you. Selection, service, savings, all for you during our Customer Appreciation Sale at Northwoods Furniture Gallery and Northwoods Furniture Outlet, Eagle River.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA!
Humira patients, you inspire us. The way you triumph over adversity and live your lives. That's why we redesigned Humira. We wanted to make the experience better for you. Now there's less pain immediately following injection. We've reduced the size of the needle and removed the citrate buffers. And it has the same effectiveness you know and trust. Humira citrate-free is here. A little change can make a big difference.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ask your doctor about Humira citrate-free. Here's to you.
UFTA? What's UFTA? UFTA is a store with over 1,000 different signs. Signs for any occasion or any location in your home, man cave, cabin, she shack, you name it. Great gift ideas. UFTA, yeah, you betcha. Located in Nowassa Center Mall.
Welcome to Land O'Lakes, Serenity at the top of Wisconsin.
Stay with us at the Gateway Lodge in Land O'Lakes. Relax in our indoor pool, delicious dinners, and the coziest lounge in town. Come back to tradition at the historical Gateway Lodge.
Right now on Newswatch 12 today, a class of 4 graduated from North Central Technical College in Phillips on Thursday. All now have a welding certificate and all used to be incarcerated. We'll have their story. And a Northwoods woman accused of driving drunk and crashing her car with her 3 children inside pleaded not guilty. We'll have those details. Plus,
you're not paying for those tariffs. China's paying for those tariffs.
At a rally last night in battleground state Ohio, President Trump says Americans will not feel the effects of his new 10% tariff on $300 billion worth of Chinese goods. This comes as markets drop and trade negotiations remain at a standstill. It's Friday, August 2nd.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 Today starts now.
A good Friday morning to you. I'm Marissa Silvis. 4 men left North Central Technical College in Phillips with a welding certificate yesterday. It's the result of 7 weeks of intensive training. Each of the graduates used to be an inmate. They're part of a program giving them a second chance at a job after being in jail or prison. Mary Louise Bolka helped coordinate the program for the Northwest Wisconsin Workforce Investment Board.
This population has just been great to work with. They're determined. They're looking at some training that will give them that extra step so that they can maybe get themselves off on a better foot.
Graduate Chris Harris probably could find a welding job right away if he wanted, but he likes it so much that he's planning to stay in school for an associate's degree in welding.
I learned. I didn't know nothing about it until I came to this class.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of happy for myself because now I can bring it out and teach somebody else.
The program is funded by grants from the state and the Wisconsin Workforce Development Association. Students pay nothing to gain the certification. It's a great program there. Well, outdoors, we are waking up to some really mild temperatures this morning. For more on what to expect this weekend, let's head right on over to our weather center and our Devin Biggs in for Tyler Moore this morning. And Devin, another warm weekend ahead, but some possibility for some showers to deal with.
Yeah, a warm weekend on the way. We do have some showers and storms in the forecast, and in fact, in parts of Michigan and Lake Superior, they're seeing some storms this morning as well. We also have a beautiful sunrise on our sky cam this morning. Look at this. We have the clouds across the region, and then the sun rising just above the cloud cover. Very beautiful start to the morning here across the region. Here are those storms north of us. We're nice and quiet this morning. Parts of Lake Superior and Michigan are seeing some thunderstorms thanks to a warm front that can make our weather a little interesting later on and not as bad as you might be thinking. The storms are moving from northwest to southeast. These storms will leave us alone, but some scattered storms will be possible later on this evening. Temperatures are in the mid-50s in Tomahawk, some upper 50s like Merrill, and then even some low 60s like Arborvita. So a very wide swath of temperatures this morning, but things will warm up pretty nicely, close to 80 degrees by 1 p.m. We do have those storms in the forecast. We'll break down the timing and how much we could see in a little bit. Marissa?
All righty, thanks so much, Devin. Well, when you go to the Oneida County Fair this weekend, you'll see all sorts of shapes and sizes, whether it be men in these sexy legs in a kilt competition or kids on carnival rides. Newswatch 12's Angela Kim is out on the fairgrounds this morning with another example of all the unique things that you can find, and she is at the Primate Zoo, joined by a really sweet little guest. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Marissa. I'm really trying to hold it together right now because this is the cutest little guest we have ever had on the morning show. And Heidi, too. You're also the cutest little guest we've had on the morning show. But we're here to talk about the monkeys. So good morning, Heidi. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
So who is this little fellow we're going bananas over for?
This is Josie. She is 11 weeks old, and she's here for you to come out and have your picture taken. You can hold an actual real live monkey and have your picture taken at the Oneida County Fair.
She's so little. She's so cute. And she's not the only monkey here, right?
Correct. We have 11 more you can come see. We have a primate zoo, which we're right in front of, and it costs $1 each. You can go see everybody.
$1 for a monkey. That is not a bad deal at all. And there's some other animals around here too, right?
Correct. You can come down and feed our goats and our sheep and alpacas. Come visit Bunny Hollow. Go in and sit with the bunnies and feed them and pet them and have a pony ride. Pony rides are always good for the little kids.
Aw. So basically, if you want to be in an animal paradise, just come here. That's basically the gist of it.
Correct. If you like animals, come over to the Oneida County Fair and come visit us.
So if any parents have kids that may be a little little and may not know the etiquette with animals, what tips would you have for them when they bring them here?
Just be calm around them, feed them, pet them. You know, don't tease them, obviously. You know, just be nice to them.
Okay, awesome, great. And Josie, do you have anything you want to add?
I like your drone.
Yeah, I think she likes our drone. But Marissa, Josie says hi to you back in the studio. She's very sweet, very gentle. And Heidi, thanks so much for being with us here this morning. Live in Rhinelander, Angela Kim, Newswatch 12.
Well, hi, Josie. That's so much fun. You know, Heidi and all of her critters are just incredible. So definitely something fun to go check out. And both Angela and I will be judging at the fair as well this weekend. So a lot to look forward to. Thanks so much to you guys. All right. Well, a Northwoods woman accused of driving drunk and crashing her car with her 3 children inside pleaded not guilty yesterday. Karen Ives also chose to not hear some of the evidence that prosecutors have against her in Vilas County Court. Ives crashed into a ditch in St. Germain back on April 22nd. She and her 6-year-old child were thrown from the car while 2 young boys stayed in the car. The children all survived. Police found small bottles of wine scattered around the scene. Ives had a blood alcohol level of .258. She's due back in court September 17th. A psychological exam could lead to a new trial for a Rhinelander man convicted of trying to meet up with a teenage girl for sex. Anthony Zonke's attorney filed a motion yesterday asking for the trial. A jury deliberated for about 2 hours last month before finding Zonke guilty. Police arrested him in October. Zonke had been messaging someone that he thought was a teenage girl to try to meet up for sex. It was actually an undercover officer. Judge Michael Bloom will decide if the new psychological evidence will allow for a new trial on September 6th. If Bloom denies it, he'll sentence Zonke that day. Police in Chippewa Falls tried repeatedly to make contact with a man making threatening statements at a Wisconsin motel before he was shot by police. Chippewa Falls Police Chief Matt Kelm said the 48-year-old man had history of drug abuse and weapons use. Members of the Chippewa Falls Police Department and the Eau Claire Regional SWAT team responded to the motel and made repeated efforts to contact the suspect and to get him to surrender peacefully. Kelm says an Eau Claire County Sheriff's deputy fired the shot that wounded the suspect.
The suspect was uncooperative. As a result of the suspect's threatening behavior, he was shot. The suspect is a 48-year-old male who recently moved to the Chippewa Falls area. Medical aid was rendered to the suspect, and he was transported by EMS to a local hospital. He is receiving medical treatment.
The investigation is ongoing, and we do not know the condition of the suspect. State Republican lawmakers filed a lawsuit against Democratic Attorney General Josh Kaul, saying he's not complying with laws passed during a lame duck legislative session in December that limits his powers. Republicans who control the legislature filed the lawsuit with the conservative-controlled state Supreme Court yesterday. It's the first lawsuit related to the lame duck session filed by Republicans who supported the session. 4 other fighting the laws have been filed by Democrats and their allies. Taking a look at news making national headlines this morning, the resignation of Puerto Rico's governor will go into effect at 4 p.m. local time today. Ricardo Rosselló announced his resignation late last month after hundreds of leaked government chats were published. They showed Rosselló and members of his inner circle sharing profanity-laced, homophobic and misogynistic messages. Puerto Rico erupted in celebrations when Rosselló announced his resignation. Late yesterday, Rosselló said in a tweet that Pedro Pierluisi had been nominated as Puerto Rico's Secretary of State. If the nomination is approved, he might become the island's next governor. A California brush fire known as the Caliente Fire keeps spreading and has the potential to more than double the acreage that it's already destroyed. From the air, you can see a pallet business became kindling and created this raging inferno. Crews scrambling to get it under control. 500 acres have already been burned, and tons of resources were used to battle the flames from both the ground and the air. Evacuations of surrounding homes and businesses took place, including at a detention center, and so far there has been no reported injuries. It's unclear what started the fire. The Kennedy family mourns the death of 22-year-old Saoirse Kennedy Hill. Police found Hill, the granddaughter of Ethel Kennedy, dead yesterday at the Kennedy compound in Hyannisport, Massachusetts. They were called to the home on a report of an unattended death, but it's unclear how Hill died. Boston 25 News, citing a law enforcement source, reported that Hill died from a suspected drug overdose. A statement from the Kennedy family said, in part, "Our hearts are shattered by the loss of our beloved Saoirse. Her life was filled with hope, promise, and love. This world is a little less beautiful today. We will love and miss her forever." Well, tariffs will go up again on everything from iPhones to baby cribs shipped from China. But President Trump is promising you won't pay more. Tracy Potts is in Washington with that, plus why the president says he's not worried about North Korea's latest missile tests.
In Ohio last night, President Trump's rebuttal to the Democrats' debates.
That was long television. And the Democrats spent more time attacking Barack Obama than they did attacking me, practically.
Plus, a promise to consumers that another round of tariffs on China won't cost you more.
You're not paying for those tariffs. China's paying for those tariffs.
But will China pass on that extra cost? Experts think so. Starting September 1st, the Trump administration is imposing 10% on $300 billion worth of goods. That's on top of the 25% already in place. Electronics, appliances, auto parts, clothes, bicycles, baby products.
We just put a tax on having a child.
Financial markets took a nosedive. President Trump is also reacting to North Korea launching 2 short-range missiles. It's the third test in just over a week after none last year.
I have no problem. We'll see what happens. But these are short-range missiles. They're very standard.
Experts think Kim Jong-un is angry about upcoming military exercises with South Korea. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Well, it's now 6:40, and still to come this morning in sports, the Green Bay Packers are adding some variety to their practices next week. We'll tell you how in just a bit. Plus, the Brewers went into their final game of the series against the Athletics. Were they able to snag a series victory? We'll have those highlights in Devon's full forecast after this quick break.
It's tomato time here in the test kitchen, and just wait until you see what we're cooking up. I bet it's not what you're expecting.
Isn't it time for an update? We've been updating kitchens and baths in the Northwoods for 30 years. Kitchen Bath Mart specializes in complete project management. From design to install, we'll take care of it. Stop in or call. Kitchen Bath Mart, your #1 choice for kitchen and bathroom remodeling. Highway 70 East, Arborvita.
Pick out at this year's Pig in the Pines, August 2nd and 3rd. Feast on a variety of foods, from ribs to Mexican and Greek. Listen to live music all day featuring Madison County and the Zach Matthews Band. Details at piginthepines.com.
Hahn Printing is northern Wisconsin's largest printer, locally owned and operated in Eagle River. With an in-house graphic design team and multiple print experts utilizing the most current technology in our industry, we can do it all. The new Versant 3100 digital press by Xerox provides great on-demand and short-run printing. Print on a variety of material up to 4 by 8 feet on the wide format flatbed printer and customize on the digital die cutter. Hahn Printing of Eagle River, the only printer you will ever need.
Hi, this is Fraser from Eagle River. You have to check this place out. It's called the Hammock Hut in St. Germain. Sean's hammocks are made in the USA, and the hut is such a fun place to visit. The Hammock Hut is open at the crack of noon. Check out Sean's website at hammockhut.com.
Huge auction, Eagle River, Sunday, August 4th. Includes 50 guns, cars, enclosed trailer, boats, log splitter, vintage bar sign, sporting goods, home contents, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions.
Satisfy your sweet tooth at Sweet Treats and More in Phelps. Now serving food at Just Dogs and Other Stuff, located on the back deck.
Rhinelander Chrysler Jeep Ram. A great selection and great employees equal the greatest experience. 3620 North Highway 47, Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
North Star Mohican Casino Resort, where there's more action, fun, entertainment, and reward.
And welcome back. Let's take another look at that sunrise this morning. We have some clouds across the region. You can see the sun's kind of underneath the clouds as well, at least as far as the light getting through. But the main part of the sun has risen above the cloud line, giving us a very beautiful start to the day. Across our neck of the woods, everything is all nice and quiet for now here across, again, our neck of the region. Got to zoom in across parts of Michigan and parts of Lake Superior to see any kinds of showers and thunderstorms to develop. We're actually seeing some more new development across parts of Lake Superior within the last few minutes. So things are getting a little busy along that warm front this morning. Again, things should overall stay away from us. We got to see what these new showers do, though, because if they move a little bit to the southeast, it might hug our northern counties. Have to keep an eye on that. But many of us should be decent this morning. Just some of those showers and storms to our north, but the warm front will give us some showers and storms later on this evening. Here's a look at that warm front across parts of the United States and Canada. It's a pretty big system across parts of the region. You can see where that warm front is, and there are the shower and storms kind of developing along that. Again, we do have that high pressure system that gave us some nice weather over the past few days. That's moving on off to the east now, giving us a chance of some very nice weather. Again, is getting out of here. We're getting some storm chances later on tonight, but a very nice start to the day. Upper 50s area wide for many of us. 64 degrees in Phillips. And look at Ashland. I think that might be a little too warm, but 68 degrees is their reported temperature at the moment. Lows this morning, upper 50s, even some low 50s. We're kind of all over the place with 53 degrees in Tomahawk, 60 in Arborvita, and 57 degrees for the morning low in Manitowish waters. And dew points are a little higher this morning, which is why it feels a little muggy out there. Some of us are in the upper 50s, even some mid 50s, and even some 60s the farther west you go. And yes, that warmer air is heading in our direction. Your forecast for today, not too bad. We're in the low 80s. On and off chances of storms will be possible later on this evening. Some of us may see some storms, others may not. They will be widely scattered in nature. The warmer weather, Adams County around mid 80s will be our high temperature today. And again, Wausau, on and off chances of thunderstorms. Temperature trend coming up over the next few days. We'll cool off a little bit on Saturday, then mid 80s on Sunday. Then we really cool things off as our next the cold front moves on through. Upper 70s will be seen Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And our temperature outlook overlooking the next few days going to be a little below average overall. You can see with the 70s in the forecast next week, you can see things are really going to be cooling on down. Your futurecast, nice start of the day here across the region. Those thunderstorm chances tonight, they're going to be scattered in nature, so don't cancel your plans. Just have the umbrella handy and maybe a quick place to take shelter until the rain stops. Those will taper on down once the sun begins to go down. So your forecast for today, though, is going to be very nice. Mostly cloudy skies, some afternoon showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Highs in the low 80s, and then tonight those will begin to taper off. Partly cloudy skies tonight. Some dense fog possible late, lows in the low 60s. Winds will be light and variable. Then your Northwoods Furniture 7-day forecast. Some on and off chances of storms Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday might be a little bit more on the widespread side of things. And then Monday, some more storm chances as a cold front begins to move on through. But check it out. Once we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, things begin to dry out with high temperatures dropping back into the upper 70s. Marissa?
Still not a bad weekend ahead. Thanks so much, Devin. Well, the Brewers' rare appearance in Oakland wrapped up yesterday against the Athletics. The A's took game 1 in extras, and then the Brewers, they came back and won the second meeting. Well, could the Crew take the series? We'll pick it up in the top of the first. The Brewers get off to an early start. Ryan Braun lines a shot into left center. Keston Hiura will go on to score the run easily to get the Brewers on the board first. Then bottom third, it's still 1-0 Brewers, but not for long. Chad Pinder sends the 0-2 pitch from Chase Anderson into the left field seats. That's a solo shot, and we're all tied up. Bottom 8, it's now 3-2 Brewers, and Matt Chapman is at the plate for the A's with a runner on first. And Chapman blasts the first pitch from Josh Hader deep to center, and this one is gone. Hader's had a rough series. The 2-run shot puts Oakland up 4-3, and the A's go on to win 5-3 and take the series. Next, the Crew heads to an important series in Chicago starting this afternoon. Well, NFL training camp can be a grind, so adding some variety can help. The Green Bay Packers will be welcoming the Houston Texans for some joint practices next week. The teams will practice against each other on Monday and Tuesday. And kids are welcome to bring their bikes to Lambeau to offer some rides to both the Packers and the Texans. A lot of them will be hoping to get former Badger and Texans defensive end J.J. Watt to choose their bike to ride. The two teams will open their preseason schedule against each other on Thursday of next week. So very excited that football season is here. Well, coming up, we have some special guests from the Oneida County Humane Society in studio for this week's Homeward Bound. But first, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a recipe for some fried green tomatoes.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers and Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio.
If you've been to the grocery store or the farmer's market lately to pick up some tomatoes, you've probably noticed the pile of green tomatoes next to the regular ones. And if you're thinking, who buys those and what do you do with them? Let me show you how to turn these into a classic Southern favorite. We start by quartering a few green tomatoes and cutting them into 1/4-inch slices. The nice thing about them is they cut easily since they're nice and firm. Next, we toss them in a beaten egg that we mix with a bit of water along with some salt and pepper. From there, we bread them in a combo of self-rising cornmeal and flour before skillet frying them until they're golden, which takes just minutes. And since we're using self-rising cornmeal, the coating sort of puffs up. That's it. They're ready to serve as is, or you could sprinkle them with a bit of salt. Maybe serve them with your favorite dipping sauce, or if you're a true Southerner, you might want to serve these along with some cheesy grits. To get the recipe for our fried green tomatoes, while the stores are still brimming with them, head over to our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a classic Southern way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
Let's face it, everyone is different, and that means we all sleep different. At Slumberland, you can explore the right mattress choice for you and find your perfect match. Whether you want super supportive, super plush, or even a super convenient bed in a box, we've got the right one for you, all at a great price during our huge anniversary sale. Plus, with our price match guarantee and our 120-night comfort guarantee, you can't make a mistake. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with 4-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
With these injuries, we are on the hook for a boatload.
I'm going to bury them.
Delay them.
Forever.
Well,
they'll come around.
Right.
They always do.
They brought in the law offices of Hupy and Abraham.
Could you handle this one?
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call Hupy and Abraham and get their win or it's free guarantee.
Sullivan's Log Home Restoration and Remodel is your choice for log home maintenance, guaranteeing you a beautiful looking home. Sullivan's does their own milling and specializes in log replacements, sandblasting, staining, and chinking. With more than 30 years of business, Sullivan's is dependable and trustworthy, carefully tending to every detail on your home. Call us today for your free on-site estimate. Sullivan's Log Home Restoration and Remodel, serving Eagle River and the surrounding areas.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Builders Service Incorporated, Elko. Homeward Bound on Newswatch 12 today is sponsored by Paws and Claws.
Welcome back. It is Friday, and this morning we are continuing our Homeward Bound Pet of the Week segment, meeting a brand new, really sweet furry friend.
Today we're joined by Faith from the Oneida County Humane Society. Faith, good morning. What can you tell us about this cute little kitty that you have today? In a very, I guess, squirmy little kitty cat this morning.
Yeah, he's very rambunctious. He's only about 12 weeks old. We've gotten a lot of kittens in the past few weeks, so we're just getting them spayed and neutered and getting them ready, and they're super social and super happy. So
cute.
And one of the things you mentioned is that he doesn't have a name yet. So why is that? Why do you guys do that?
We usually like to let the people that are adopting give them the name, just so it's a more kind of personal experience for them, and they get to bond with the animal through that too.
I think that's really sweet.
Yeah.
And what type of family do you think that this little sweetie would be best for?
Usually kittens are pretty easy. They can adapt well in a bunch of situations just because they're young, so they don't know a lot. So usually a lot of people that come in want to get kittens for their little kids or kittens for their other cat to bond with it because it's easier. Usually it's really easy. I know a lot of people who have lonely dogs that get kittens just so they can get used to it.
Oh,
so.
how sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, so definitely very cute. So can you tell us a little about the adoption process as this little kitty cat hops on my lap? Very cute.
Usually the adoption process goes through kind of our interview style. We kind of get a feel for the people and their lifestyle and see if the kitten would fit into it and make sure it has enough socialization time and get to like play with it and that sort of thing. And then you fill out the paperwork and we go from there.
Awesome. Definitely very cute. This man, he's really purring this morning.
I know, you can hear him. So cute.
Very cute.
So, and you also mentioned that you guys have quite a few kittens available right now and that you actually got them from another humane society. So is that common? Do the different humane societies kind of say, hey, we have a lot of extra of this and try to help each other out that way?
Yeah, we do a lot of helping. I know whenever we're low on cats, we usually reach out and we're like, hey, do you need any help or do you have anything that you would really need? And we usually switch and kind of go from there and see, just so like it's not overcrowded and kind of make sure that everyone has like a good just variety.
That's excellent. And do you think, just for kitten lovers out there, what are the things that you would tell them or try to encourage everybody, since you guys do have so many that need some help out there?
Well, I know that some concerns when getting a kitten is they might rip stuff up or they might get into trouble, but with enough like playtime and with enough scratching posts, they usually are pretty great. Otherwise, there's some pretty great products out there like kitten caps. They're like little rubber caps and you just put them over the claws and it's totally safe for them. All it does is like cover the cap so they can't like rip at the carpet or anything. Otherwise, the cat trees really work well too.
Sure, very good tips there. Yeah, certainly some concerns that people would have, but but how cute is he? I mean, how can you say no? He's so adorable.
And very purry this morning too, right?
Yeah, I think he likes you, Devin.
Evidently I'm a big furry children lover. Definitely very cute. So if you want more information on the Oneida County Humane Society, where can people go?
You can go to us directly at 1852 North Stevens Street. I know our parking lot's a little ripped up right now, but usually if you park at the bowling alley or somewhere close and just walk over, we'll be more than accommodating. Otherwise, you can contact us at 715-362-5992.
Fantastic. Well,
Awesome.
Of course, we love having you here. Thank you for bringing this little sweetie, and let's find a home for this little kitten and all the rest.
This little kitty cat.
I know. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Of course.
I can hear the purring in the microphone. Yeah, and I know the weather will be pretty good for some cats that are outside today. In fact, let's look outside right now with the sunrise. Very beautiful sunrise across our neck of the woods. A very nice day. Then a quick look at that radar satellite composite. We do have some storms across parts of Michigan and Lake Superior. They're going to stay away from us for now. But of course, we do have some more weather coming up later on. You can see in our futurecast. There is that warm front right there, which will give us some shower and storm chances. They'll be scattered in nature. Don't cancel your plans. Just have an umbrella handy and maybe a place to run in the shelter for a little bit till the rain stops. So let's look at your questionnaire of the day here. Your trivia question for today. Why does it usually feel more humid at night than during the day? Here's your choices there. We'll have the answer coming up later on.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Lakeland Sign and Graphics.
Come on, Dad.
Not while you're living under my roof. Be careful.
Thanks, Dad.
Find a roofer.
Roof looks great, Dad.
Of course. It's a Timberline.
Timberline, America's favorite roof.
Carpet City.
Carpet City Flooring Center has changed the way you shop for flooring with FloorView, a revolutionary visualizer that allows you to see new flooring installed in your rooms before you buy. Shop from the comfort of your own home or bring digital images to a local Carpet City Flooring Center. Feel confident knowing you're making the perfect choice with FloorView, only at Carpet City Flooring Center.
Our prices will floor you.
At Menards, nobody beats our prices and selection, so you always save big money on home improvement. Save on special order Geldwin windows and patio doors. Visit our showroom or shopmenards.com to design and buy the right windows for your home. On sale now. Save on energy bills with a new Larson storm and screen door. The Lakeview Split View Low E storm door makes it easy to enjoy a fresh breeze with screen away. $295.99 now during Menards door and window sale.
Save big money at Menards.
At Save More Marketplace, we bring a fresh look to grocery shopping. We bake fresh for you every day with over 150 signature items. The deli has fresh sliced meats and over 140 salads. In our new full-service meat department, we feature American Wagyu beef and certified Angus beef along with 24 varieties of fresh-made bratwursts. Newly expanded walk-in cooler with a huge selection of cold craft beers and many more beverages. No time to get to the store? Let us bring the freshness to you with Save More on the go.
Boulder Junction hosts the 63rd Annual Muskie Jamboree, 3 days filled with fun activities. August 9th through the 11th. The weekend kicks off on Friday with a free muskie fishing workshop and mentored fishing. Later Friday evening, Hip Pocket rocks the street party. Saturday features Historical Society seminars at the Community Center and Best Fish Fry Cook-Off downtown. The excitement continues Sunday with the craft fair, fun run, car show, kids casting contest, fly-in, and live music. Don't miss a moment. See you at the 63rd Annual Muskie Jamboree.
Hi, I'm Dean Hoger with Miracle-Ear of Rhinelander. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
And before we leave you this morning, a special birthday shout out to our Minocqua Popcorn winner, Maya Horn from Stevens Point. Happy birthday, Maya, and congratulations. You win a 1-gallon refillable bucket of gourmet popcorn from Minocqua Popcorn. And we actually have one more birthday shout out to give. This is our incredible producer, Nick, as a young lad. Nick's mom actually generously sent this photo to us to share. So we want to wish Nick such a happy birthday this Sunday. Look at the little mullet going on. Look at his little dimple. What a cute guy, but we really, really appreciate him. Happy birthday to you, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick. And now a question for the day. Why does it usually feel more humid at night than during the day? Any guesses real quick?
I think I'm going to say B.
It is actually B. The dew point is actually closer to the temperature. And as we wrap things up, let's do that 7-day forecast. Storm chances lasting till Monday, cooling on off next week as things get drier, highs in the upper 70s, so not a bad 7-day forecast.
Yeah, not a bad weekend either. We want to thank Faith from the Oneida County Humane Society. Let's find a home for this little guy. Everybody have such a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Register today for a free AFib seminar at Aspirus.
Good morning. Breaking overnight, Kennedy family tragedy. Robert F. Kennedy's 22-year-old granddaughter found dead at their compound in Massachusetts after an apparent overdose. What Ethel Kennedy is saying this morning. Show of force. North Korea launches new missiles overnight, the third test in a week. Why President Trump says he has no problem with Kim Jong-un's latest round of provocative actions. Trump takes aim.
That was long television.
The president relishes the Democrats' debate divide in a late-night rally, while on the 2020 trail, the candidates split over the Obama legacy.
I must tell you, I was a little surprised at how much their incoming was about Barack.
The latest on the race just ahead.
So cute.
Oh my